In my section, the last speaker will be the Lydia Rossi. Lydia Rossi, who is the Executive Director, American Volunteer Group Flying Tiger Association. Let's welcome Lydia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Betty. It's a real privilege to be here, and you're a great-looking group out there. You've heard a lot about World War II, about the Americans and the Chinese working together. I want to tell you about the American Volunteer Group, Flying Tigers. That is who I am most acquainted with, since I am the widow of a World War II fighter pilot, an ace pilot in the American Volunteer Group. A lot of people, when I tell them that I was married to a World War II pilot, expect me to be 100 years old. Actually, I was 25 years younger than he, and I'm not quite 100 years old yet, but I'm working on it. In 1941, the President of the United States, Franklin Roosevelt, wanted to send military aid to help China in their fight against the Japanese aggressors. But he was not allowed to send any United States military to fight in a foreign war without a declaration of war by the Congress of the United States. And Congress did not want to go to war. They were trying to avoid it. This was before Pearl Harbor was attacked in Hawaii, so the United States was not yet at war with Japan. With the help of Colonel Claire Lee Chennault, the Chinese government and President Roosevelt came up with a plan to ask for volunteers from the United States military to go to China to help the Chinese fight the Japanese invasion and to help in training Chinese pilots. They were able to obtain 100 P-40 fighter planes, which were shipped over to the port of Rangoon. They recruited 100 United States trained military pilots and 200 ground personnel and sent them to China to assist the Chinese people. When they arrived in Kunming, China, Chennault detected a large group of Japanese bombers headed towards Kunming. The Japanese had been sending bombers over major cities of China and indiscriminately bombing the civilian population. Chennault had a squadron of the AVG fighter pilots meet the bombers, and they were able to shoot down 5 of the 13 bombers, damaged most of them, and caused the rest of them to turn around, dropping their payloads in the jungles. The Japanese did not drop a single bomb on that day in Kunming. The next day, the mayor and the town's citizens came out to the airfield with banners and flowers and fruit to thank the AVG for protecting them. And as long as the AVG was in Kunming, the Japanese bombers never came back to bomb that city. It was an early victory for the Americans in what was to become a major world war. On December 7th, 1941, the Japanese attacked the American Navy's fleet in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and the United States immediately declared war. Thanks to the skill, talent, and leadership of their commander, Claire Lee Chennault, the American Volunteer Group scored amazing victories against the Japanese. The Chinese named the AVG Flying Tigers. That colorful name was then reported throughout the United States, which was the only good news coming out of the Pacific War at that time. And so the Flying Tigers became very famous. They provided hope to the Americans and Chinese because their early victories were reported throughout the world. The AVG could not have existed without the help of the Chinese. The Chinese gave the AVG housing, food, built runways, were mechanics. They provided fuel, intelligence, early warning systems, and general manpower. They helped to find and return pilots that crashed or were shot down. Eventually, the American volunteer group Flying Tigers was disbanded as the United States was sending the regular military out to China, setting up bases and making Claire Lee Chennault a general in charge of the whole American Army Air Corps, which was called at that time. Later, it became the American Army Air Force. In the United States, there is an organization called the American Fighter Aces. It's a very prestigious group, and to become a member, you have to be a pilot that has destroyed 5 or more enemy aircraft in combat. Of the 100 pilots that went to China with the AVG, and in the 9 months that they were in combat, 20 pilots of the American Volunteer Group became aces. This is 20%, which is a very large percentage, as most units only have 3 to 4% of the pilots that become aces. It's a testament to the tactics that General Chennault was able to teach them, not to mention their tenacity. Our association, the American Volunteer Group Flying Tiger Association, has conventions every year. We have several hundred people on our roster who are descendants of the original Flying Tigers. And we strive to, we have a website, and we have social media, and we strive to keep the honor and the legend and the history accurate for our heroes. And we all believe in the value of the friendship between our two countries. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful talk. And we would like to maintain the good relationship between two countries. And we are facing the truth and cherish the peace. And thank you so much. And I would like to invite 6 of descendants of the World War II heroes. So take the group picture. Could you just get together, in front of the stage? So this is a wonderful time.